But first, developing right now at 10 o'clock, reaction coming in fast and furious after President Trump says the U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip. The comments coming amid the fragile ceasefire deal between Israel and Hamas and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's visit to the White House. Good evening. I'm Natasha Verma.
And I'm Steve Lacey. The president also suggesting Palestinians be permanently moved outside of Gaza. Fox 5 Sharon Crowley here tonight with the latest. Sharon.
Yeah, that's right, Steve and Natasha. President Trump says 1.8 million Palestinians should move out of Gaza. He suggested that perhaps the U.S. could take over the land and rebuild on it, developing it into one day, and I quote the president here, the Riviera of the Middle East. His provocative comments coming as he hosts Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu at the White House. Now, the prime minister arriving at the White House earlier this evening as the first foreign visitor of Trump's second term. He and President Trump answered questions during a joint news conference, and that's when President Trump suggested that displaced Palestinians could relocate in Egypt or Jordan. Leaders of both those two countries have already rejected that idea. Now, the president then explained why he thinks the U.S. should take over Gaza.
The U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip, and we will do a job with it, too. We'll own it and be responsible for dismantling all of the dangerous unexploded bombs and other weapons on the site, level the site and get rid of the destroyed buildings, level it out, create an economic development that will supply unlimited numbers of jobs and housing for the people of the area. Do a real job, do something different. Just can't go back. If you go back, it's going to end up the same way it has for 100 years.
Well, right now, Israel has temporarily stopped bombing the Gaza Strip as part of a tenuous ceasefire deal reached between Israel and Hamas. Prime Minister Netanyahu reacting to what he thinks of forcing Palestinians to leave the Gaza Strip while the U.S. takes over the land to redevelop.
I mentioned again tonight our three goals, and the third goal is to make sure that Gaza never poses a threat to Israel again. President Trump is taking it to a much higher level. He sees a different future for that piece of land that has been the focus of so much terrorism, so many attacks against us, so many trials and so many tribulations. He has a different idea, and I think it's worth paying attention to this.
Well, both world leaders were also asked about the hostages and the ceasefire deal. It's about to move to a new phase reliant on the ceasefire continuing. President Trump says he hopes it will stick and that tomorrow more hostages will be freed. Natasha.
All right, Sharon, thank you so much.